This is an interesting one. The last take is that of all the rookie wide receivers in week one, I was most impressed with Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers led his team with 9 receptions, and the second closest receiver with receptions only had 3. So he out targeted everybody by a wide margin. Personally, I like Zay Flowers to be the wide receiver one on the Ravens. What do you guys think about this situation?
Man, I'll tell you one thing about Zay Flowers. He passes the eye test. That dude's a dog out there. He's making people miss left and right. He's fast. He runs good routes. He gets open. That's what you want. But at the same time, you see 17 or 18. I don't know what he scored. It was something like that. 17, 18 points in the first week. You're like, man, this is awesome for a rookie wide receiver. I would say don't get used to that. When Mark Andrews comes back, he's
Yep.
going to dominate these targets. And I do think Zay will get his, but I don't think he's necessarily locked in as an every week flex. Season long, it's really hard to tell. I think Jordan Addison and Njigba have a better shot at providing long term value, especially like league winning value over the back half of the season than Zay does. But Zay looks really good, man. I'm excited if I have him on my team. I don't know if I could say that he'd be the wide receiver one in this rookie class, though.
I think that of all the guys next week, the guy who I'm locking into my lineup out of the rookies is definitely Zay Flowers. I feel like
Agreed.
he has the chance to be a week in and week out starter. I agree completely with what you said, how like JSN could be like a league winner because as the year goes on, he's gonna overtake Tyler Lockett. And he could end up being a focal point of that offense. But I do like Zay Flowers as like kind of like a week in, week out, option that you could
Sure,
have to play.
sure. I have him in one league, and he is damn sure in my lineup this next week. So I'm gonna monitor the situation when Mark Andrews comes back. And you can't forget. Look, I know that he out targeted Bateman and OBJ, but look, the OBJ's new in the offense. Bateman, they're surely working him in slow because that dude is a walking injury. So let's see what this looks like mid-season. I do like Zay Flowers, but I don't know. Let's just wait and see. If you have him,
One
you're not
quick
doing
thing.
anything with him.
I'm
One
glad that you brought up Bateman. We've seen this before, right? We've seen a week one Bateman performance where everybody starts overreacting to it. So I say we sit tight on this situation. Let's see what
Yep.
happens in week two. We've seen it before with a Ravens receiver just having a really good game and
Yep.
then not producing the
That's what
rest
I
of
was
the
gonna
season.
say. I do believe the hype is real and Zay's a fucking dog, but I want to see them everyone together healthy. I want to see Mark Andrews back in the offense because to me he's the number one target there. Lamar has had years of trust with him. He trusts Mark Andrews. Mark's a fucking dog himself. Um, I want to see Mark back, everyone healthy, and I want to see how that offense runs before I'm ready to call Zay Flowers a lock it in starter for my flex or whatever position you need him for.
The one notable difference, though, that I'll say between what we've seen in the past with Bateman and what we saw this weekend with Zay is Zay had 10 targets. A lot of times, whenever Bateman had those big games, especially early on, he had big plays. It wasn't always that he never saw, it wasn't that he was seeing 10 targets. That was always the thing with Bateman. It was, he'd have these big explosive plays due to his speed and it
Yeah,
would look better. It would lopside his stats. Zay saw 10 targets. I totally agree. I don't see that happening with Mark Andrews back, but to see 10 targets and catch 9 of them as a rookie in your first game, I mean, that's a statement.